A lot of people dream about location freedom and like sitting on the beach drinking margaritas and all that kind of crap. And today I'm going to share with y'all why a lot of people will never make that a reality and why they fail at that. And also I'm going to share with you how you can actually avoid being one of those people who don't make it. And if you're wondering who I am to talk about this, my name is John. I'm an American and I've been living abroad for nearly 20 years now. I'm only 43 right now, but I've spent almost 20 years living abroad. I actually live in China right now, where I've been for like the past 16 years. And I lived in some other places too, like Philippines, and I've traveled everywhere as well. So anyway, I'm going to share all that stuff with you guys today while I'm sitting here making my post-workout meal. I just got back from the gym. And the reason why I'm not outside, for two reasons. Number one, it's raining. I can't take my camera outside. And number two, it's time for me to cook my post-workout meal. So anyway, let's get into this video. And I'm going to share some of these things with you guys. Move my camera over here by the sink. And I'm going to share some of these things with you guys about why a lot of people don't make it. So one reason is going to be no clear definition of what freedom even is to them, or what that lifestyle means to you, because a lot of people just don't know. They just see, like, watch the YouTube videos, like mine or other people's, and they see people living abroad, or they go on Instagram and see all these people, you know, look like they're on the beach all the time and all this and that, and they think, oh, I want that. But you really don't have an idea what that means to you, because everybody's version of that is a little bit different. And so I think, you know, without knowing what that is for you, you just keep consuming the content and never make this idea a reality. So number two is going to be like fear of leaving your comfort zone. I know this because I've been there before too. I've been there recently, actually, but you know, a lot of people, you're just used to your life. You know, you're used to your routines, used to your friends, your family, and all this and that, and you just get so comfortable with the way your life is that you're just scared of change, scared of something different, scared of the unknown, and that really holds a lot of people back. And that's actually held me back before, even recently, about making some decisions in my own life. So I can understand, you know, what it means to be scared of your comfort zone. Because actually, when I first moved abroad, I didn't really have much to lose, so it wasn't really difficult for me to you know, break out of that zone, because I wasn't comfortable to begin with. But now that I've reached a certain point in my life where things are nice and comfortable, and then I find it more difficult to make those changes. So I think that's one of the things that really holds a lot of people back, is just not wanting to break out of their comfort zone. So reason number three is going to be a big one. This is going to be like not having any transferable skills, right? Like if you're working at a restaurant as like a waiter or something like that, or working in a factory or a warehouse or something, like those skills aren't transferable to abroad, because any place you move abroad, there's going to be people in that country who can do those exact same jobs, who know the language because they're locals, and also they're willing to work for a lot less money because, you know, the salary is lower in those countries. And so you don't have any skills that are valuable to transfer to another country. So I would say, you know, a lot of people need to develop some skills, learn some skills if they really want to move abroad. Some skill that people in said country don't have. So there's some things that really hold a lot of people back. So number five is going to be wanting instant results. A lot of people, like, they just think like, I'm going to start doing something and I'm going to get results immediately. Like, I know some friends of mine who saw me doing YouTube and this and that, and they thought, okay, I'm going to do YouTube also. And they make a video and they get like 5 views, make another video and get like 20. and they make 3 or 4 or 5 videos, and then they just quit. They just give up, and they think, oh, I didn't get the 20,000 views or whatever, and this and that, and they just quit, and they don't stick with whatever it is they're doing. And the same thing goes for other things like side hustles or freelancing. They spend all this time setting up a business, making logos, and doing all this and that, and then after like a week of doing that thing, they just give up because they're not getting any customers, and they quit right before things are about to happen. They don't even know it, and people wanting instant results is what really holds people back. Because like right now, even like I used to get like lots of views on my channel, and now I don't get many, and that's okay. I don't mind. But the thing is, I show up and do it even when I don't feel like it. Just like going to the gym. Like I love going to the gym, but there's days that I just don't feel like doing it. But I show up and I do the work anyway. And sometimes people show up and I get results, and sometimes I don't. And that's okay. But a lot of people have this idea, like, I gotta have it, and I gotta have it now. But the truth is, anything that you do, for most people and most of the time, it's going to take a lot of time, and it's going to take time to slowly build up. It doesn't happen overnight, even though it may look like it does. So another thing is going to be like lifestyle, or like lifestyle reality disconnect, I guess what you could say. Like, people see the Instagram posts of the people, on the beach and sipping coconuts and this kind of crap. And even on YouTube, they see a lot of YouTubers going out and showing all this, how great their life is abroad and doing all this and that, which you never really see me doing that, because I show you guys the reality of what it's like living abroad. It's really the same as it is living in your home country, other than things are cheaper or different culture. But the things that you do, your life is still the same. There's nothing spectacular or fabulous about it if your life isn't spectacular and fabulous back home. It's not going to change and not going to be any different. You're still going to, if you're a normal person, you're still going to go to work or do your business. You're still going to cook food at home like I'm doing right now. You're going to do all the things that you do at home. You're going to do those things in the new country. And it's not, when you see these people on YouTube and Instagram and all these other places, they're just showing you guys the couple of minutes of the video, like they're showing you guys a couple of minutes of what part of the day looks like, but you don't see the rest of it. You don't see the normal stuff that people would do every single day, and it looks glorified when it's not. And a lot of people have this misconception that, that is great, and they think that, everything's going to change when they move abroad, and it doesn't. A lot of people don't take into account the things that you have to give up a sacrifice to have, this kind of life. When I moved abroad, I didn't have anything, but I had friends and, have family members and stuff like that back home, which, I don't get to see. And it's hard to even talk to them due to the time difference and things like that, because I'm on the other side of the world. So a lot of these things, you have to give up, and you have to sacrifice some things in order to, to make this thing work. And a lot of people don't talk about those sacrifices. They make it seem like everything is great and totally different, which, it is great, but also there's a lot of things you have to give up, a lot of sacrifices you need to make in order to make this kind of thing work. So if you are somebody who still thinks you want to move abroad and have a life abroad in another country and, experience life in a different way, there's a few things you could do. So number one, I would say the first thing to do would actually be to define your version of freedom. Like, what does that look like to you? Does your version of freedom mean like you're sitting on the beach drinking coconuts and stuff and not doing anything? Or does your version of location freedom mean like, working remotely, just like get a remote job and just go live in another country and do that job remotely, like on your laptop? Or, does it mean moving somewhere and starting a business? What does your version of location freedom look like? What does that look like to you? And then I guess the next one is going to be like probably build some type of skill, a portable skill, a skill that you can take anywhere and put it to work to earn yourself some money, whether that be some type of freelancing or some type of qualification or certification that you need in order to be able to earn money in the place you want to go. So, if you're just like doing some job like a waiter or waitress or something, that's not a skill that's going to be valuable in other countries. So you got to learn something that you can actually do to earn money from in a place where some people don't have those skills. So another thing I would say would be to actually test it out. Like, try a side hustle, try freelancing, and try to stick with it until you start earning money from it. And that gives you some validation that you're actually going to be able to do this thing remotely or something like that. And also take some short trips and experience what it's like to try to do business or try to work while you're on short trips. Because I've tried that and I've struggled with it sometimes in the past, like doing my side business or my business when I'm working, when I'm traveling and stuff like that. Sometimes I find it hard to stay in the groove of things. And you might find it hard also, and you might need a more of a steady location instead of traveling around a lot. And everybody's different, so you need to test the waters and see what works for you. And then another thing, step number 4, I guess, will be to cut your expenses. So many people go into debt, and they're in debt, and that really holds them back. Like, if you're at home and you have a dream of living abroad, then why do you have a $500 per month car payment for a car that you're not going to be able to take abroad with you? Like, why do you have so many expenses? Why do you have this credit card debt and buy all these things? You think you can pack up everything you own and take it with you abroad? Not very likely. And it will cost a fortune to pack up your whole house and all the crap you have to mail it to another country. It's just not really going to happen. So why are you spending money on all this kind of stuff when it doesn't align with your dream or your goal? And then lastly, step 5, whatever it is you decide to do, stay consistent and do it long enough to actually see results. So whether you start a side hustle or start learning a new skill or whatever it is you do, you got to do it over a longer period of time. You can't just do it for a couple weeks or a couple months and think you're going to get results and things are going to come instantly. You know, a lot of people, they overestimate what they can accomplish in 3 months, but they also underestimate what they can accomplish in 3 years. So you need to set your timeline a little longer and just stay consistent and do the thing for a long period of time, and the results will come. And then that will give you a chance to get the freedom that you're looking for. So anyway, if you thought this was at least helpful or something like that, just give me a like. If you want to see more stuff like this, let me know that in the comments below. Subscribe button, all that stuff. And if you want to know my story, it's actually in this book. I wrote a book about it. And I also have a free Discord community for expats and investors or people who just want to live abroad or this kind of thing interests you. You can go on the Discord for free. There's some rooms for traveling, for food, for fitness, and for investing. Just different types of rooms there. You can chat with like-minded people trying to grow it, get more people in there. It is free, so you can go join that. And I got some other links below if you're interested in those. Go check that stuff out. It's how you can support the channel. And actually, most importantly, you want to support the channel, hit the like and subscribe button and come back to watch more videos. That's the best way to support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. And I'm going to finish cooking my post-workout meal. And I'll see you guys next time. Y'all take care.